Hello, welcome to my car. Today we're going to talk about limiting beliefs and why, if you have them, they are not destroying your manifestation. They actually are okay. Far out stuff from Papa Bear Tim. Whoa! If you don't know who I am, my name's Tim Grimes. I've been talking about these ideas since some of you were children. Literally, actually. There's people into manifestation ideas that were, it's like, oh my gosh. When I started writing and talking about this stuff in like 2014, 2015, they literally were little kids. My daughter just finished second grade, so maybe I'm just thinking about time passing. But let's dive into it. First of all, there's a free book in the description if you want it, called The Law of Attraction Simplified. It's better than most books you've ever read on this topic if you feel like reading a book on manifestation concepts. I'm also going to put a link below to like over 200 videos on Neville Goddard's teachings and different, more practical ways to apply them than you usually see, because that's a lot of the stuff we talk about on this channel. And yeah, today I just want to briefly make a video as it rains outside, talking about this idea that's very common in the manifestation and self-improvement space, particularly you could say in the law of assumption, Neville Goddard space, of like, if you have an issue, it's because of a belief, a limiting belief, as they say. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of that is just fucking bullshit. You do not ever have to worry about that. All right? If you're new to these concepts, most people watching this channel, despite me joking about it, are not children. They've been at these ideas for a while. If you're new to these ideas, the idea of limiting beliefs can be helpful. You know, we're making a video, I made a video a couple weeks ago talking about like being delusional. It's similar to being delusional, like limiting beliefs. When you first get into a lot of these far out concepts that Neville talks about, they can seem so wild and so out of the box that you might have to hear really like, you know, over the top language, like be delusional or destroy limiting beliefs in order to really start integrating and believing them. But the point of that delusional video was like, if you continue to be delusional, you're going to get fucked. Like, what are you doing? People who manifest millions of dollars or who manifest, wonderful, healthy, loving relationships or manifest their dream job, you really think they're being delusional all the time? Are you fucking kidding me? No, they're imagining big. They're using their imagination in wonderful, invigorative ways, but they're at the same time feeling very natural about what they're imagining, even if it is a big vision, so to speak. That's, in my opinion, what Neville was actually talking about. The idea of limiting beliefs is somewhat similar in that, yes, we have a ton of limiting beliefs. Neville, my favorite manifestation type of teacher, Emile Coué, they always talked about beliefs and changing our beliefs, right? How if we can manage to look at ourselves as a healthier, more loving, more abundant person and genuinely see ourselves in this light, it will in all likelihood make us not only feel better, which is enough in and of itself in my experiences a lot of the time, even if your external world doesn't change that much, just to feel better, because that's what basically everybody wants. But if we're able to see ourselves as more healthy, wealthy, wise, etc., it also will change our actions and change what manifests in our external world. The problem is doing that. That's one of the elephants in the room when it comes to these ideas. Again, we talk about this in the Law of Attraction Simplified. Limiting beliefs are just the tip of the iceberg. Because you might look at your beliefs and be like, oh yeah, I realize like I don't look at myself as kindly as I could. I don't look at myself as being abundant as I already am, or as healthy as I already am, or as loving as I already am. I have that limiting belief in some way. But then changing it, genuinely changing it, once you get over the initial infatuation with these ideas, you're going to see is much fucking harder than any of these manifestation teachers usually talk about. It's not to say you can't change them quickly through conscious auto-suggestion, affirmations, SATs, visualization, journaling, etc. We can, chip out some of our limiting beliefs that way. And we can make quantum leaps, so to speak, in terms of our belief systems relatively quickly. Sometimes, especially when we first get into ideas that are really invigorative to us, like self-improvement ideas or these manifestation ideas. But long term, once you're into these ideas for a couple of years, holy shit, you realize these limiting beliefs are not what you thought. And not only that, if you're into these ideas as long as Papa Bear Tim has been into these ideas, you realize, holy shit, this isn't really about a belief at all. This is just about how I feel. I feel this tightness, this constriction in my chest. Is that a limiting belief? Is that because I didn't feel safe when I was younger and I don't believe I deserve money and other people deserve more money than I do and that I don't deserve to be loved? No, it's none of that fucking bullshit, motherfucker. It's just a feeling in my chest. It's my body processing something. If I feel queasy and sick, is that because my parents never showed me enough affection when I was younger? And I therefore don't know how to show affection to others? No, motherfucker. It's just a feeling in my fucking stomach processing something. And that stomach feeling, that chest feeling, that queasiness, that tightness, whatever it is, wherever it is in your body, is usually processing something much faster, more intelligently than any fucking conscious belief you have. That's why in this channel, we get into the body and we mean it seriously when we say we're doing body work. We're listening to the body. We're asking the body, what's going on here? What do you want? How can I help you? Questions like that. And we're waiting for an answer. We're waiting for an answer. We're not force-feeding a conscious answer. Oh, this is because of this limiting belief. This is because of this limiting belief. I have no idea where my limiting beliefs are anymore. I hardly think about limiting beliefs anymore because most of them are not relevant to my situation and they're not relevant to many of your situations either. If you've been doing these ideas, into these ideas for long enough, you've already done that work. Oh, I shouldn't be treating people like shit. Maybe I should be more nice to them. Bam, you just identified your limiting belief. You get over that stuff relatively quickly if you're serious about these ideas, let alone if you work with coaches, you know, we plow through that shit. But the feelings, the uncomfortable feelings, we don't plow through that. That's the real work. And when we start working with those feelings, not trying to get rid of a fucking bullshit limiting belief, but actually look at this feeling in my chest or my stomach or my throat or my head or wherever, and actually start listening to it and understanding it better and building a better relationship with that, that's when we start to feel better. A lot better about who we are right now. And the paradox is when we feel better about who we are right now, voila, it seems like many things in our life manifest more positively, more effectively than ever before. If you want to do the big boy, big girl work, links are in the description. Just contact me if you have any questions or write a comment below. Comments are open on the channel.